Welcome to the WION podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. In this episode, we explore how the Iran ceasefire began to unravel within hours, highlighting rising tensions, continued strikes across the region, and the deep disagreements keeping both sides locked in conflict. Conflicting demands and competing proposals quickly exposed major divisions, raising doubts about whether the fragile agreement could hold. Within 48 hours of US President Donald Trump announcing a conditional truce on April 8th, hostilities between Iran and Israel had already resumed. The agreement was intended to pause direct US-Israeli strikes on Iran in exchange for reopening the Strait of Hormuz and initiating peace talks, reportedly scheduled in Islamabad. However, developments on the ground suggest the truce began breaking down almost immediately. Iran's proposal focused on lifting sanctions, maintaining control over Hormuz, and preserving its uranium enrichment program for peaceful purposes. It also called for an end to attacks on allied groups and a withdrawal of US forces from the region, along with compensation and the release of frozen assets. In contrast, the US position pushed for a halt to Iran's enrichment activities, limits on its missile program, and an end to support for regional proxies, while also demanding unrestricted access through the Strait of Hormuz. These opposing positions created a fundamental deadlock. Tensions escalated further when Israel clarified that the ceasefire did not extend to Lebanon or Hezbollah. Shortly after, Israeli strikes targeted sites in southern Lebanon, which Iran viewed as a violation of the agreement, particularly given its call for a broader halt to hostilities across multiple regions. In response, Iran was reported to have launched missile and drone strikes toward Gulf states, including Saudi Arabia and the UAE, with additional reports of attacks on Kuwaiti oil facilities. These actions reflected growing accusations from Tehran that the conflict was continuing indirectly through its adversaries. The situation surrounding the Strait of Hormuz also deteriorated. Iran moved to suspend operations after initially signaling openness to controlled passage, a step that would directly contradict US demands for free international transit. Proposals to impose transit fees as part of reconstruction funding further complicated the situation and raised concerns among Gulf states. At the core of the dispute remains Iran's nuclear program. Tehran continues to insist on maintaining its enrichment capabilities alongside sanctions relief, while the US seeks verifiable limits to prevent the development of nuclear weapons. This issue remains a major obstacle to any lasting agreement. With continued support for allied groups and ongoing military activity in the region, both sides remain firmly entrenched, leaving little indication of a near-term resolution. Thanks for tuning into this incredible story. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating stories. Stay tuned.